Alright guys, you're welcome to today's video tutorial, and today particularly I'll be working on the eyes. Yes, and also on the eyes I'll be working on the pupils first before going to the eyes. Yes, and also if you have been following my previous video, we discussed about the cap and I showed you guys how I applied charcoal powder on the cap and how I did the detailing. So today I'll also be sharing secrets on how I work on the pupils for this portrait. So I want you to stick with me because it's gonna get exciting from this moment. For me, what I always do when I'm working on a particular part of a photo, I always create my boundary lines. Yes, so I'm working on these pupils and I know I'll be shading it very dark. So I created the boundary line so that I won't shade outside it. So this is just like a routine stuff which I usually do, working on the boundary lines. So take note when starting a work, you might want to start from the boundary lines so that you can differentiate where you are shading and where you are not shading. Alright, so this time I know that the pupils are very dark, like I mean very dark. So I'm just gonna use my Maris charcoal pencil to apply dark shades on the pupils. And when I'm doing this, I'm taking note of my light values. If you look at the pupils, it has some light values. So I'll ensure that I don't close those light values. I let them remain light. After shading it to its darkest level, I'll use a blending stump to blend over those areas. After this, I'll be using a strong brush to apply charcoal dust on the pupils. The reason why I'm applying charcoal dust on the pupils is that I want it to be very smooth because the pencil which I applied made the pupils look very harsh and rough in shading. So applying the dust will just smoothen up the area for me. Also, working on the stereotypic layer which is known as the white eyes. If you take a good look at it from the reference photo, it possesses some light value shades. Yes, so I use Stedler 2B to add those light value shades on those areas. So these are the stuffs that makes your work looks different and makes it looks real. So don't avoid adding shades on the stereotypic layer. One thing you should know about shading is that shading or shades are being built on layers. Yes, layers upon layers upon layers upon layers. So what I'm doing or what I'm about to do here is layering. I am using 2B Stella to apply layers on the eyelid. Yes, to apply layers on it. So when I apply these layers, it will help me when I'm blending. I will say it's blending. Blending is the key to achieve great work. The smoother your blending is, the better your work is. And also, when you're shading, you shouldn't apply pressure on the pencil, most especially when the area you're shading is not having a dark value shade. You shouldn't apply pressure so that when you come to blend, it will blend easily without stress. And when you're blending, you can also apply dust to your brush so that your blending will be smooth and easy. What I'll be doing here is creating a layer for my shade. So for me to be able to do this, I'll be needing a brush and a charcoal powder. So I'll just apply the brush on the areas that has shades just to create a layer before I can use pencils to shade the area completely. Like I said earlier, I'll use a 2B pencil to add shades on the layer. Yes, to add shade on the layer. And when I'm doing this, I don't press the pencil and I don't hold the pencil at the tip. I hold it at the bottom end. Yes, holding the pencil at the bottom end help me to shade very lightly. Just like I said earlier, drawings are built on layers. So what happened here was I just kept adding layers upon layers upon layers. So by doing this is you apply your charcoal pencil, then you apply your stedler on it, you blend it a bit, then you apply charcoal dust on it and you blend it a bit. So after adding this layers upon layers, then I can use mono zero to create the light values. Also, I can also use kneaded eraser to create the light shades, and I'll use the charcoal pencil to create the lines on the eyes. Yes. Alright, nothing serious actually happened here. All I just did was I kept increasing the layers, adding more sheets, and gradually the work starts getting better. But what you should know is that this took a lot of time. Yes, it took a lot of time, and I had to be very, very patient with this work. So I'll be stopping here for today, and I hope you learn one or two from this video. So I'll be dropping the next video soon. So I want you to stay tuned and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a very nice day, everyone.